Okay, how are you gonna throw a hammer at Andrew for stealing your phone and stealing it? Oh yeah, what this is a hammer. Dude, it's awful. Just
I don't have a reason. They do.
That's why I wanted to. I was bored. That's your reason for being out here. Change every week. Inconsistent. You know what I do? I don't know. I'm gonna do something. I don't know what it is yet. What is your?
Hi, Dane. This one. Okay, so I graded one of your quizzes, and the average score was a 1. I'm going to pass those back to you. We're going to talk about these. So what we're going to do with these, normally we would have another quiz with on this same topic, but he did not want to even do that one this time because we've totally switched gears into circles. So the plan was originally not to do a quiz 1 on this topic. Well, that means that there'd be nothing to average this quiz score out. So what we're going to do when we have the quiz, which is now being moved to Wednesday, you're going to get another one of these, but it's going to be more like a retake, where it's going to completely overtake this bad score and not an average with it. Optional. Optional. Well, yeah, you get your quiz A and you get your quiz 1. They average together.
That's cool.
Every single time because they go into the same category. It's out of 4. It's optional. I mean, if you take it and you do worse, I'll keep your better grade. But, so that's what's happening. So I'm going to give everybody the option of taking this quiz again Wednesday. Obviously different numbers. And if you do better, then the score will change. What we're going to do today is talk about this whole thing. Feel free to write on the paper. I don't need them back. Yes.
You mind if I borrow a pencil?
Sure.
I don't think that's
Mm-hmm.
We don't need our laptop, dude.
No.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. So the first ones, you needed to find the similarity ratio, but that was supposed to be in lengths, not in volumes or areas. So they gave us a volume ratio, 192 to 8232. And a lot of us just wrote that down. Well, that's the ratio of the volumes, not the ratio of the sides. Okay. I did get some people who were like, okay, I know I need to cubed root those because they're volumes and I need sides. So they found the cubed root of 192. Let's see. Which is 5.8. And they found the cubed root of 8232, which is about 20.2. So if you wrote that for your ratio of sides, you got it correct. That's not the best answer, though. My graphing calculators have like disappeared. All right. The better answer would be to take this 192 over 8232 and simplify that first. Okay, I know they both divide by 6. 192 divided by 6 is 32. 82, 32 divided by 6 is 1372. Okay, those divide by 2.
Sorry for the interruption. If you are a senior and have not voted for prom court, you have one last chance. You have 5 minutes to get it done. Check your email. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just taking it and dividing it until I get to numbers that don't divide anymore. All right, so I got it down to 8 to 343. Now those cube root very nicely. The cube root of 8 is 2. And the cube root of 343 is 7. Okay. What did I say? This was 5.8 to 20.2. So this is 2 to 7 is the best answer. 5.8 to 20 is a correct answer, but it's just not good form. So then you have to take those numbers and convert them to scale factor. You just flip it upside down, 7 over 2. Okay, best answer, okay answer. But we had to change them to ratio of sides. Questions there? Okay, let's do the same thing with the cones. We've been given area, but we need sides. So we've got 81 pi to 4 pi. Best practices would be to simplify those first. What can I divide both of those by? Nope, 81 doesn't divide by 2. I'm going to divide them both by pi. And that's it, really. So 81 to 4 is the simplified ratio of the areas. Since it's areas, we're just going to square root them. And the ratio of the sides is going to be 9 to 2. And if you left the pi there, so be it. It's just not simplest form. And then scale factor, you flip it upside down. 2 to 9. 2 over 9. I had a couple people who put 4.5 as the scale factor. Not correct. If you went up to the top and you multiplied the first shape by 4.5, would you get the second shape? Well, the second shape is smaller. So if you multiply by 4.5, you should get a bigger shape. So that indicates that you've got your number upside down. Okay, questions on either of those? All righty. Okay. For these, I'd say 95% of you did this. You saw 4 numbers. You're like, I know I need to set up proportions. Don't write this down because it's not right. And you did that. You put first number over second number and then first number over second number. But in this process, you're comparing area to volume. And that doesn't work. It has to be volume over volume equals volume over volume. So what we need to set up is volume ratio equals actual volumes. Actual volumes. And that's where the proportion happens. And in the other one, since we're trying to find area, it'll be area ratios over actual areas. Okay. So we know the actual volumes. It's 432 and something. What we don't know is the ratio of the volumes. Which ratio do we know? Elena, we know the area ratio. It's 81 to 144. Divided by 3. Now, you can simplify this. You don't have to, but you just get smaller numbers. If you simplify it, you get 27 to 48. Well, that simplifies again. 9 to 16. So all three of these ratios are correct. Just one is in simpler form than the other. So I'll actually do it without simplifying it, and I'll do it in the 9 over 16, the simplest form. Okay. After you have area ratios, you need area of volumes. You can't go directly there. We're going to go up to area of sides. Not that far up. So I'm going to square root it and get 9 over 12. That's my ratio of sides. And my simplest form would be 3 to 4. Once you have a ratio of sides, then you can go back down. So first we go up, then we go down to ratio of volumes. 9 to the third power, 729. And 12 to the third power, 1728. If you simplified first, you do 3 to the third power, which is 27, and 4 to the third power, which is 64. So either of these two ratio of volumes is what you put in your proportion. And you cross multiply from there. I know you know how to solve that. It's just getting to that point. All right, take a minute getting anything written down because I am going to erase them. No, that's what most people did. So we started with that and worked it to get the ratio of volumes. The 729 over, yeah, this, you're comparing volume and, I don't know where this number came from. Oh, that's fine. Where did the 729 come from? Oh. Okay. Okay. This will work. Yeah, but if you cross multiply it correctly, you should get the same value as I did, but something went wrong. Because you should do this over this, equals this over that, but they're good this way. So this is the ratio of volume. This is the actual, what went wrong. This sentence is way bigger than that. That has a decimal double multiplication symbol. Or something. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Divided by 729. That's what happened. I didn't look that closely to see that that's where you went wrong. Hold on. There you go. We'll finish a couple minutes early. You can go when we get done. Okay. Earl, remind me when I finish to change that, okay? All right, let's take a look at the other one. This time we've been given volumes, but we need areas. So I need area ratio and actual areas. Let's see, the actual area is 324 over something, and I don't know the area ratio yet. Side, area, volume. The one I do know is volume. All right. So if you don't simplify and you try to cube root that number, you're going to get a decimal. It does not cube root well. So you really want to simplify this one first. Let's see. What number do they both divide by? 8954. 81, 89, 18 divided by. Nope. 89, 18 divided by 9. Nope. They're right. Okay, they don't divide by 3. Let's start with 2. 9, 4, 7, 7. What am I just writing it wrong? 89, 18 divided by 2. 4, 4, 5, 9. I know it simplifies more than that. What did those numbers divide by? 94, 77 divided by 7. 5. Ooh, 13 maybe? Aha, they both divide by 13. 729 to 343. That's the simplest form right there. Now, if you have a calculator with a fraction button, you could have just put it in and then hit fraction to decimal. I would have simplified it for you. But the online calculators don't do that. You have to find what you can divide by. So 729 is a number that cube roots nicely. Cube root of 729 is 9, and the cube root of 343 is 7. Oops, wrong column. 9 to 7. Oh dear. Oh no, that's right. I was thinking I got area. Nope, I got volume. If you just cube root the numbers that you get, 189.54 to cube root, you'd have 26.6. And 89.18 to the cubed root, you'd have 20.7. Right? Technically correct. Not good format though. So if you remember to simplify, 9 to 7 is the most correct answer. Then we're going to take that back down to area. So we went from volume to surface to side, and then we're going to go from side to area. So it's 81 to 49. That is the ratio that we use in the proportion. And watch your order. 81 is the bigger number. Shape 1, dang it, is the bigger shape because it had 18,000 for the volume, and the second one only had 9,000 for the volume. So big shape first in this one. Okay, questions on either of those? Okie dokie. Let's talk surface area and volume. All right. I thought we would do better on this page than we did. And I think it was just too much all at once. So you got to remember to break things down. Let's start with volume because it's the easier of the two. So I'm going to do volume of the box. And then I'm going to do volume of the cylinder. Formula for volume of the box is area of the base times the height. In a rectangular prism, you can really use any of the sides as the base because they're all rectangles. But in my head, I see the bottom as the base. So that's 7 times 20. That's the area of the base times the height, which is 5. So the volume of the box, the rectangular prism, is 700. Okay. When I calculated volume of the cylinder, I was doing the whole cylinder, not just half of it. I found the volume of the whole thing, and then I just divided it by 2. Okay. I'm actually going to draw it the other way. Okay, so we have that cylinder there. What is the diameter of our circle? Really? It's 7. It's the same length as the bottom of the box there. The diameter is 7. Height is not 10. Height is 20. Okay. Formula is the same because it's still a prism. So it's area of the base times the height. Base is a circle, so it's pi r squared. Height is 20. There's no point in keeping the pi because we're going to be adding it to 700. So just multiply the whole thing out. $769.69. That, oh, I forgot to divide by 2. Times a half because it's only half of a cylinder. Divided by 2. So the volume of our cylinder is 384.8. Okay. Add those two together to get your actual volume, 1,084.8 centimeters cubed. Okay. Questions on how I got any of those numbers? Go ahead, Earl. On both of on the circle one?
Yeah.
So the question is, why did we times it by 20? So right here. So that is the height of the cylinder. It's this long length. So when you're finding volume, you're taking the base, which was the circle, and sliding it along the height. So you're like stacking up those circles till you get to the top of the can. That's why you multiply by the height of 20 to get the volume of it, how much space filled it. And remember, you had these two formulas. Doesn't matter if you're choosing the right one. Okay, I want to do volume of the next guy next, so I want to keep my mindset on volume. And I'll change to blue so we don't get this messed up. So I'm going to do volume of the box and then volume of the pyramid. Formula for volume of the box, area of the base times the height. The base is this 4.5 inch square. So it's 4.5 times 4.5. The height of the box is 4. Multiply that out and you get 81. So that's the volume of the rectangular prism part of this shape. Pyramid, the formula that was on the board, 1/3 area of the base times the height. The base of the pyramid is exactly the same as the base of the rectangular prism part. 4.5 times 4.5. And the height of the pyramid is 3. Multiply all that out and you get 20.25. That's the volume of the pyramid part. Okay, add them together, 101.25. I'll go back up in a second. 101.25. Any questions there? Okay. Surface area. Let's go back to the mailbox shape. How did I do that delete thing?
Yeah.
So if you click on the arrow, he's asking how do you delete that much? If you click on the arrow tool up at the very top, see if I can scoot you over so you can see it. There's a box with the dotted line thing around it. You can select the whole page of annotations and delete everything all at once. Be careful though, because like me, I forget to flatten things and they disappear. You'd select something I put on there and it would be gone. But there's undo for that. Okay, surface area. So if we do surface area of the box, it starts with lateral area, which is perimeter times height. Perimeter of the box is 27, it's 54. 27, or 20 plus 7 plus 20 plus 7. Height of the box is 5. 54 times 5. So the lateral area is 270. Now that's these 4 sides, the sides that are up and down. We need to add the bottom. It is a 7 by 20 rectangle. Okay. So then the area of the box part only is 410. Questions so far? All righty. So the cylinder one is the harder one. I'm going to draw it out. So we've got this long box. And then we have these two half circles coming off the box. That was too far over. Now,
Sorry for the interruption. Elizabeth Solis, please come to the high school office. Elizabeth Solis, please come to the high school office.
hopefully you notice that if I put this circle over here, then I have one whole circle and I don't have to worry about that guy over there. So I have one circle and then the rectangle that forms the top of the mailbox. Okay. The circle has a diameter of 7 because it's the same as the left-hand side of the box. So the area of my circle, pi r squared. Okay. The flat part's a lot harder. I know the length is 20, but I don't right off the top of my head know how much the height of that rectangle is. Normally we would do the perimeter of the whole circle, circumference times pi, or sorry, we would do circumference, which is diameter times pi. And that would be this length because it would go all the way around the circle. But we're not going all the way around the circle, are we? We're only going halfway around the circle. So that length is 3.5 pi. So to find the area of the box, take base times height. 20 times 3.5 pi. And again, you can multiply everything by pi because we're going to have to add it to a normal number. So for my circle, I got 38.5. And for my rectangle, I got 219.9. Add those together, 258.4. So that's the area of the mailbox part. Plus the area of the box, plus 410, gives you a total surface area of 668.4 centimeters squared. Okay, questions? All righty. Which one? 219. So I did, the height of the box was 3.5 pi, and the base of the box is 20. So I did 20 times 3.5 times pi. All right, now this is going to make you sad. That's the easy one. Surface area of the pyramid is harder. All right, start with the box. Lateral area of the box. Perimeter times height. 18 times 4. 72. Plus the bottom. 2025. $92.25. So that one was easy. The box is done. That's the area of each of those 5 sides of the box. Remember, you can draw out the net and do it individually. The pyramid, unfortunately, is the hard one. It's 4 congruent triangles because they all had the same 4.5 base. Problem is, don't know the height. It's not 3. The height that was given, the 3 is here, line. The 3 is here, like into the center of the shape. That's where the 3 is. So you kind of have to draw this out. So there's the height of 3. There's this number, which is half the base. It's 2.25. That's this side right here. And then we need to find that hypotenuse. Okay, so if you're not seeing it, that 3 is the height. You can imagine it dropping all the way down to the center of that square. And then this section would be 4 feet high, and this section is 3 feet high. So to find our missing hypotenuse, best friend Pythagorean is going to come help us here. 2.25 squared plus 3 squared, and then square root that. That slant height is 3.75. So when I redraw my triangle, 3.75 is the height of the triangle, 4.5 is the height of the base, 1/2 base times height. Each triangle is about 8.4, but there are 4 of them. So the surface area of my pyramid is 33.75. Now, I didn't round, so if you got a different number that's close to that, that's fine. Add them both together. Final answer is 126. Okay, so you're going to have a quiz that looks a lot like this. I'm going to shorten it, so there's probably only going to be one of these problems on it. Tomorrow, we'll talk about the circles assignment and do a review of circles. Quiz will be Wednesday. Questions for me? Lily? Absolutely.